Hey guys, welcome back to another 3 Amigos video. It has been almost a year since I've been using the Hasselblad 907X 100C, and I just want to share, my thoughts and feedback about this camera. Would I still buy this camera if I had the chance to actually buy it again? So let me just dive straight to it. The first thing is, why did I buy this camera? So in 2024, my daughter was born, and I wanted to actually get a medium format digital camera. I already had a film body back then, just the 503, and then eventually the 205 Hasselblad film bodies, which I really like the form factor. It's just a whole experience shooting with that kind of form factor, and I really enjoyed using that. So I wanted something that I could have a similar experience, and just so happened the 907X 100C came out around the same time that I was looking for a medium format digital camera. And the fact that I could actually pair with my film body was a big plus as well. So once I bought the 907X, I bought my first lens, the 38V. And the 38V, I use it extensively, and I still use it very extensively. I use it for landscape, streets. Every time I go for traveling, I make sure that I bring that lens with me. Because for landscape and streets, the pictures that I can actually render out of it, the optics are just phenomenal. And I just print them and they look amazing. So I really like the rendering of the 38V. The 55V, although it's not my favorite lens, is the lens that actually on my camera most of the time, just because it's the most versatile lens that I have for the Hasselblad system. It allows me to shoot landscape, streets, but also does allow me to shoot some portrait work as well, which again, becomes the default lens that I attach to every time I go out. What I really enjoy is the 90V. The 90V, the optics are simply phenomenal. I have not seen any other lens that has the similar rendition as that. I really like the focal range of 90 as well, just because that gives me a bit of a compression that this 55V does not give, and the fall off is just beautiful. It is my favorite lens, even though I don't use it as much as the 55V. It is my favorite lens to use for portraits, and it's something that I really appreciate from the Hasselblad lineup. So what I learned throughout a year of using Hasselblad? Well, there was a big adjustment for me. As I mentioned in the previous videos, Hasselblad digital system doesn't really have continuous autofocus, which I took for granted. I literally thought that all systems or all cameras nowadays would have continuous autofocus. And to my surprise, the Hasselblad didn't have that and doesn't have that. And for me to shoot my daughter when she was a newborn, it was okay. They don't move as much as a newborn, but once they start moving around, the continuous autofocus, I felt it. I did miss it. And eventually I adjusted. I learned how to actually not depend on the continuous autofocus and overcome that kind of limitation that I felt. And after I did that, I really appreciated the pictures that I could come out with. Knowing that how hard it is to actually nail the picture in that moment, looking back, I really feel like extremely rewarding to actually have those pictures. And that's one thing that I really learned after 1 year is the adjustment to the Hasselblad's digital system, is that some things don't really work as I was used to. And the other thing is actually the color science, right? So I was very used to the color science of Canon. The skin tone is phenomenal, but the Hasselblad color science, to me, it's personally, it's one of the best ones. I really like the color science that Hasselblad has. The color fidelity that it gets on the picture is just phenomenal. I don't have to edit as much. I take the picture, I'm just in love with the colors that it comes out with. So that's one big thing. And the third that I really also didn't expect was how much I could recover from the highlights and the shadows. So in a full frame, like Canon R5 Mark II, when my highlights are clipped, I know they're gone. I can't do much. And if it's a contrasty scene, I have to make a sacrifice. Either I preserve the shadows or I preserve the highlights. I can't get both. But with the Hasselblad, if I use the Focus app or the Focus software on my desktop, I can actually recover the highlights to a certain extent, but it's still more than I expected. And to me, that it was a change of mindset that I used to have where I have to pick one or the other. But now if I pick both in a way that is exposed more or less correctly, then I can recover both the shadows or the highlights, which is crazy. I think it's amazing to have that ability. It just makes it for a different kind of shooting style that I didn't have before, where I had to sacrifice either one. So that was a big learning from my side. So what I've enjoyed using the most for this camera was basically shooting my daughter, obviously, but also because the form factor that this camera has, as I mentioned, is very similar to the film bodies. It's something that I truly enjoy shooting with. it just ignites a new passion for photography for me. And I truly enjoy picking that camera. I think right now, every time I go for a shoot, the first thing that comes to mind is, can I bring the 907X with me? It's basically the default question that I have. If it's for sports, I normally won't bring that because number one, I don't have the same kind of lens lineup that I have for the Canon. And the other thing is the fast autofocus, all of that, it just isn't there for me to actually ensure that I can get good pictures out of it for sports. But if it's anything else, I just pick the 907X and off I go. I truly enjoy shooting with the 907X. Okay, now the big question, would I buy this camera again? I 100% would. I think if I had the choice to buy this camera, I would buy it again and I would make the same decisions. I'm truly happy with the choices that I've made. I'm very happy with the lenses. I think they suit all the needs that I have right now for that camera, and I don't plan to buy any new lenses as of now. It just feels like I cover pretty much all scenarios that I use that camera for. And that's why I'm pretty happy with the lineup that I have. And if anything, if they come out with the X2D Mark II or X3D, then yeah, sign me up, because I truly enjoy shooting with this camera. It's just that I just want to see if a different form factor like the X2D kind of form factor would be something that I would enjoy also shooting with, and play with the IBIS as well in the future. Not something that I'm looking right now, but in the future, if the opportunity comes, then why not get something different and try to see, again, what are the limitations and then work through that. I think that's part of photography, is understanding the gear, what limitations you have, and working with that. And the 907X allows me to kind of work through that and really have a wonderful experience. I think I'm very happy with my first year of usage, and I can't wait for the pictures that I can come out with in 2025. So I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of reflection video. If you also jumped to the Hasselblad digital system for the first time, or you've been using even the X1D and then you jumped to X2D versus the 907X, leave me a comment below if you're still happy with the Hasselblad digital system, or if you're unhappy for some reason, also let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.